Welcome back to Demystifying Data Cloud. In this episode, we're going to dive into what Data Cloud really is and how you can get started. Salesforce. They announced Data Cloud. Is Data Cloud a CDP?
No, I don't think Data Cloud is not a CDP.
Okay.
It can do everything what a CDP can do, but it's much more than CDP.
So is it an MDM?
No, not really.
Is it a data lake then? Data warehouse?
No. I think interestingly, I think this is a question actually we get a lot.
What is it?
Yeah, I think we get this question a lot. It's funny that you just mentioned a series of things which are important in this data evolution. You mentioned data warehouse, you mentioned data lakes, you did mention CDP. I think Data Cloud, if anything, it comes closest to a CDP. But one thing is it's much more beyond than just customer data platform, because it has the ability to do unified profile like a lot of CDP does. But I feel that Data Cloud is beyond CDP, and I think Anil, would you like to add a little bit more on that?
In my simplistic language, I would say that Salesforce Data Cloud is none of these.
Okay.
But at the same time, it is all of these and more. And I'll tell you why I say that. So let's start with data warehouse. Data warehouse is where you collect your data into a single repository, but your data could be structured, semi-structured, unstructured. In Salesforce Data Cloud, you keep structured data. So it's not really a data warehouse from that lens.
Sure.
Talking about data lake, Salesforce Data Cloud use data lake in the back end for all its processing and whatnot, but only for structured text data, not really for videos, not really for images or any other formats of data. MDM, it comes very close to, but MDM, whenever anyone thinks of MDM, the first thing that comes to their mind is a golden record. Right? And that golden record is created by correlating data from multiple data sets. And further, that golden copy is being pushed to the downstream systems so that all your systems have the same copy of the data. Now, often it gets confused with the unified profile. It's not a golden record in the sense that you never push it downstream to keep all systems have the same copy of it. Rather, downstream systems consume your unified profile for their uses and use cases. So that doesn't make it an MDM either. Mm-hmm. And coming to CDP, yes, it is a CDP, but it is way more than CDP if you look at it from the lens of marketing.
Okay.
So in today's world, CDPs are looked from the lens of marketing as a tool that makes our marketing more personalized, more segmented, more accurate. But Data Cloud can do all of it and much more. The consumers of a Data Cloud are now beyond marketing. Your customer service agents can use Data Cloud Unified Profile. Your sales teams can use, even your commerce teams can use your unified profiles. So CDPs, while are perceived in the context of marketing, and truly so, Data Cloud boundaries go much beyond this. And that's why I said that Data Cloud is none of it,
much more, but all of
it and more.
If someone is comparing Salesforce Data Cloud with CDP, I can tell them very, very clearly on a very initial note is that a lot of the CDPs and Data Cloud can do a good job of ingressing data, which means it is ingestion of data. You have multiple different platforms, you can ingest that data. A lot of CDP platforms can do that. Data Cloud does that too. Then there is what we call is modeling of that data or creating that unification, probabilistic or deterministic, right? So you create that particular unification of data. A lot of CDPs can do, Salesforce Data Cloud can do. That is a pivotal point. From here on, a lot of CDPs which they cannot do and Data Cloud do is definitive data actions.
Okay, tell me more.
The definitive data actions is that it has out of the box, Salesforce has out of the box multiple different ways to provide those data actions and triggers to actually perform tasks. let it be marketing, as Anil mentioned, sales and service, or any other aspects of it. Now, if you are a Salesforce heavy organization, if you know the terms Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, or Industry Clouds, or Marketing Cloud, this becomes even more important because natively, the whole ingress of that data is using native connectors. Zero code, no code. In a day, you can be up and running. Time is of essence, remember? Mm-hmm. Second is this data actions are much more relevant to you. Now, not discounting that, Data Cloud innately has ability for custom apps to be integrated using their state-of-the-art integration tool called MuleSoft. It can ingest that data in real time. But the real power is simple. The scale and the speed with which Data Cloud can manage, churn data, and provide customers with those actions, immediate actions, just makes it powerful because it is almost like a composable monolith. And by that, what I mean is that it is nimble enough to fit into any organization, but it is big enough to do a large part of the work. Like Anil said, it is everything, but it is nothing.
Yeah. And even if any organization thinks that the data-driven experiences is the future for them, they can even look at platforms like Data Cloud, even today, to fix their disconnected experiences rather than creating a new experiences. And it always reminds me when I call various customer support centers, I call them, I explain them my problem. Most likely, they always say, "Can I put you on hold, sir, for 2 minutes?" Now, earlier I never understood this, but now if I have to make a wild guess, my guess would be that they are putting me on hold because they are probably logging into another system, finding more information about the issue that I have told them, and they do not have the information on their screen firsthand when I call them.
Got it.
And they're trying to gather that information. So that is a disconnected experience for a brand for me as a customer. So even if you are just hesitating to start on your journey to create data-driven personalized experiences, there lies an opportunity for you to even look at your current disconnected experiences for your customers and use technologies like these to fix it.
Yeah, I love that you gave that example because we here at Horizontal are all about creating exceptional connected experiences. And what we mean by that is really threading the entire journey, no matter where they're at, with a touch point, no matter where they're at, talking to a department. And so to your point, they may have just bought something and now they're on a service call. And that customer just waiting on hold for 2 minutes so they can pull up their information. It sounds like using Data Cloud and having that intel and having AI pop up that profile and have the next best action at their disposal to make sure that you as a customer get what you need. That's truly the power.
Yeah, and I think timing could be never better. We all can collectively agree as the year went forward. I think we are all agreeing to the fact that organizations should leverage data, make sure to create curated experiences for their customer. We're talking about Data Cloud, and I would like to point out that the Salesforce just came up with this $0 SKU for Data Cloud, which organizations can leverage at no cost. So if you are an existing Salesforce customer or a net new customer, you should look into this $0 SKU where Salesforce is incentivizing organizations to try and test their products and combine that with strategy to just try out what Data Cloud can do at no cost.
Well, that's great, Sheetal. That's awesome that there's a $0 SKU, a few product out there for people to get started on Data Cloud. So who is it for and how is that product used?
It's for everyone, really, for them to get their feet inside the CDP and the Data Cloud of the world. As I mentioned before, I think in today's world, CDPs are perceived more in the context of marketing. But what this $0 SKU really does is gives you an opportunity to explore the real potential of Data Cloud outside the context of marketing, in the context of your business at no cost.
So how quickly can someone get set up on the $0 SKU?
Right away, as long as they have Salesforce Enterprise and above editions, they are getting 250,000 data services credits, using which they can ingest data into their Data Cloud. They can analyze that data, unify that data and create meaningful insights. And then they can leverage these insights into other Salesforce clouds or even third-party systems. What they cannot do is they cannot create segmentation and activations, which still feels like more of a marketing and commerce use cases. But the real idea is for you to get a feel for it and explore all the possibilities that this data-driven experiences world can create for your business.
Like for organizations, in a 3 to 5 week span, I think customers can not only experience Data Cloud, but ingest the data sources, create a unification record, and actually start seeing those profile data using calculated insights in their dashboard. I feel it is a no-brainer of investment of 3 to 5 weeks. And
They can do all of that in 3 to 5 weeks.
absolutely, we at Horizontal have embarked on this journey for customers to leverage that. Now, with that being said, this is a very finite crawl approach. Now, Anil just mentioned that you cannot do segmentation and activation. If you really want to do that, that's an additional of what? A cumulative of $12,000 in credits for a year, which you could do that. So in a nutshell, if you want to do segmentation and activation for a couple of your channels, with this $0 SKU, Salesforce has made it very, very easy for customers to onboard into this journey, because realizing that importance and the dream of this AI, data, and CRM,
Right.
I think organizations need not wait for 6 months or 12 months. I think it is faster time to market understanding your customers. So between 3 to 5 weeks, yes, the answer is pretty much that Horizontal can do it.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, it is. And it opens up the whole new world of possibilities for businesses
Right.
outside, again, the marketing context of using CDP platforms.
I honestly feel that there is absolutely no reason why a customer should not be proactive looking at Data Cloud. And you may sit there and understand, I have all the tools in the world, I do a decent job at personalization, do I need to look at Data Cloud? My answer to those customers is yes. It at least deserves a look, because I feel that there's so much of power inside of Data Cloud. Because what did I say? Data is the currency for any organization, and that intellectual property can be harnessed by tools like Data Cloud. What I'm really loving about today is the journey for any organization from being data sense, data aware, to data informed, and then do data action using their wisdom, is boxed into 3 to 5 weeks. I think that is a very powerful message today for all of us to realize that, and we would want to make sure that we spread this out to everybody out there who's listening to this webinar, saying that start your Data Cloud journey today.
Right, because it's so powerful. I think we talked a lot about that. We talked about the evolution of data. We talked about the transition from being data informed to data driven and really creating connected experiences through that. But the reality is Data Cloud is such a powerful tool that can do it in such a fast amount of time that being able to play around with it with that $0 SKU and getting up and running in 3 to 5 weeks, you can really start to feel the power of it through your organization without a lot of cost opportunity or cost loss. Like, it's worth exploring.
Yep.
I think it's really important for organizations to do this. And for those tuning in, please reach out to Horizontal if you are interested in getting started on your own data journey, exploring what the power of Data Cloud could be at a very, very fast time to market.
Yeah, and know that data is the new oil of today's world. And you have got a $0 train ticket for your data journey. So why not take this ticket and get to the next station and see how it feels, and you can decide for yourself from there for the rest of your journey.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for joining us today. We'll look forward to continue to explore that Data Cloud journey together.
Thank you, Whitney.
Thank you, Whitney. Thanks, everybody.